Hi there. This is again another late afternoon coffee because I stayed up too late again. Doing, you'll never guess what. Oh yeah, it was playing Sudoku. I can't, I can't stop playing Sudoku. Can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop. I could start twirling my mustache though. Should I do this? I live in Portland. What do you think? You're the cool mustache guy? I'm gonna say no. We already made the Yukon Cornelius joke. I can only make it so many times. Hi. Oh, Grimbone. Grimbone loves that robot. Grimbone doesn't watch the channel anymore. Grimbone just talks to the bot, which is nice. So, I got the thing. I don't think it was supposed to be here till tomorrow, but we got it. The bonnet, the hat. So we're gonna try the hat. How much confidence do I have in this hat? I don't know. Do I want to solder these little screw terminals, or do I want to keep these screw terminals because they're adorable, and instead use JST? Assuming JST fits in that footprint, but it looks like JST would fit in that footprint. Okay. Anyway, y'all. First, let's do some unboxings, because I want to. Dracklin, I miss you. I am so sorry for your loss. But you're just in time to talk about screwdrivers. I know that you tune in for screwdrivers, which is I ordered these so long ago. And okay, a few things. PB Swiss tools, very fine Swiss tools. I know you love screwing around. So I ordered these on a Black Friday deal. Swiss tools. These are my first Swiss tools, I think. I think that's a true thing for me to say. Um, I've been waiting for them. I want them in my life to spark joy. And they just arrived because like, it's a weird thing with these. It's changing for sure. I don't know for the better, maybe for the better. But for Swiss tools and German tools, and in some cases Japanese tools, um, it's hard to buy direct, or if you do, you pay a huge premium. Like sometimes people will do that anyway. Like we'll switch to Amazon Germany, or we'll switch to Amazon Japan and order tools that way. Um, I don't think there's Amazon Switzerland, so I don't know that anywhere there are PV Swiss tools on Amazon. So there's like this cottage industry of tool importers in the U.S. in particular, and there's some like KC Tool that specialize in German tools. That's all they do. Is they import German tools that are. It's funny because they're like in Germany, they're just considered like, oh, decent tools, not necessarily like luxury tools or whatever, like what some NASA grade, incredibly fine tools. But because of the import, you pay premium here and so on. Some of those tool companies you actually can now get in Amazon US. And some of those tool companies, weirdly, you can even get at like Lowe's, you can get Kinepex. So that has changed. Okay, I will try Crosswordle and see. But PV Swiss tools are still hard to get. But there's a couple importers here. One of them is a bike company that has lots of fine bike tools, and one of them is a company called The Tool Lady. And I ordered from The Tool Lady because there was a pretty crazy Black Friday deal. Problem is like that crazy Black Friday deal happens, everything sells out, and then when will there be more tools? How many more shipments does she have to get in from Switzerland to satisfy everybody's orders? So she was very nice about it, and I exchanged a few emails, and she was like, well, like, I expect them to be arriving on a shipment mid-February, and then I'll have to send those out. And she said, like, totally understand if you want to cancel the order, but in my opinion, they're worth it. So that's what she said. I mean, that's literally what she said. I'm not making a "that's what she said" joke. She said that, assuming the Tool Lady. And anyway, um, I got them. I have to say, just immediate first impressions with the packaging, I'm disappointed. Like, for as much as these tools cost, I was expecting, and maybe this is just something like this is like, I don't know, OEM packaging or something, but like, not great. All the Vera tools I've purchased, which are less expensive tools by and large than PD Swiss tools, you get like nice pouches and packages with very sturdy Velcro, and you get cool stuff like this with the cute little kind of raised logos and nice little, so I don't know. I these aren't, what I purchased isn't meant to be like a tool bag set. PB Swiss does have those. So I'm sure I could pay for some extra case, but I was just surprised that that the packaging wasn't as nice. However, looking inside the packages, I'm seeing pure beauty. And these really are a thing where it's sort of like, I bought these. This was a purchase for like mental health, because I just want to be able to look at them. So, the boxing, I don't know what to say about it really. Anyway, we got this very nice holder, and then check this out. Look at these. Look at these. Look at these. Look at that, feels so good. And the real actual thing about these, that is why they are expensive and important and fancy, that is going to be hard to show because I don't have autofocus on, is the ends do not taper. They taper down and then they turn into a perfect parallelogram, which is key in more ways than one, I guess, for a fine slotted screw experience. Because the slots are a slot. A slotted screw, maybe it depends on how it's made, but a slotted screw, typically that slot is a parallelogram. And less fancy slotted drivers, these are wedges. So you're sticking something non-rectilinear into something that is rectilinear, and so the fit isn't great. With these, if you've got the right fit, like this number 4, this looks like a number 4, it's an incredible fit. What's funny is, so one of the things about these tools, among the higher end, especially European tools, is the warranty on them. These are individually serial numbered with a barcode and a serial number directly on the tool, which is cool. I don't have a magnetizer, and I don't typically magnetize, especially I just tend to be kind of afraid of magnetism inside of electronics. But I've made it a fool of myself. But when your fasteners, when you have quality fasteners and you have quality drivers with the right fit, you don't necessarily need a magnet. That's the fit you want. It's hard to get that fit with, I think it's possible. It certainly is possible, with a Phillips. But anyway, it's funny because I feel like these the screws that they sent for mounting hardware are not the finest screws I've ever seen. Anyway, so we get this, and really the main reason I wanted these, and the reason it was a totally self-indulgent, look at this guy. The tip appears to be hardened, yeah. You need to torque it up. So, this was very, I readily admit, this was just a extremely self-indulgent purchase. I mean, it is nice to have dedicated individual drivers. I have lots of, I have real, how do I want to put it? I have grubby tools for grubby jobs. And I have plenty of, I don't feel like it's seating the way I would expect, weirdly. There it goes. And of course I have plenty of multi-bit drivers and things like that. This is kind of cool because it has both a snap and a slot. So it kind of goes down and forward. Anyway. Isn't it nice to just look at them? Don't you just want to look at them? I'm smelling them if you're wondering what I'm doing, because I don't think these do, but there's this funny thing with like acetate handles on the tools. Like you have old Craftsman tools, there's some weird thing where as that particular compound degrades, it smells like vomit basically. So lots of people with old toolboxes, the tools smell like vomit. I don't think these do, but the hard plastic handled PB Swiss tools are scented. They actually have vanilla. They have a vanilla scent. Unless that's like some elaborate troll. Where everyone on the internet just pretends they are scented. So I'm pretty pleased with these. I think these are very pretty. Now, I also got Philips, even though, you know, I'm part of a on the ranking of fasteners. Okay, how do I put this? You know, Americans choose the wrong standards always, and they refuse to choose the right standards, and that's true for anything. Temperature, measurement, any kind of measurement, time format, date format, healthcare system, anything. Americans always choose the wrong format. Americans seem to only think that there are slotted screws, which they call flathead, which is wrong, and Phillips screws, and that Phillips is superior. And they just, with this very narrow American mindset, ignore that there are just far superior fasteners. I would say, I mean, Phillips is all over, so, you know, you have to live with it, especially in the US. I think if I just had a choice, in many cases, I would choose slotted, because a really nice slotted screw that's a machined screw is just going to look nicer in most cases than a Phillips, which is not, it's just like stamped. But of course, there's many other fasteners that are better. Robertson Square. If you're in, you might have Posi Drive in Europe. You might have Torx is really good. So I would get a screwdriver flavored candle for sure. Anyway, I did buy the Philips set, not because I like Philips, but because it is useful, and lots of the electronics stuff I work on, for better or worse. I think it's, one, I think there's, okay, let's talk about fasteners a little bit and talk about the landscape of fasteners, because I love talking about fasteners. I will say I don't love the colors of the Phillips as much, but I feel like that's fitting because I don't love the Phillips as much. I'm not in a place in my life at this time where I feel like I need dedicated individual Torx, but it's coming. So, like, advantages and disadvantages of it. The advantage and disadvantage, a slotted screwdriver is often called a regular screwdriver because historically that's how you made screws. And the reason is it's really easy if you already have machine tools and you're already making things with metal and you want to invent a screw that doesn't exist anymore. You already have something like a lathe. You can, let's not even say screw, let's say a threaded thing. You can cut the threads on the lathe easily, but then you need to, how are you going to handle the geometry of the head? Given the tools that you have in your machine shop, what are you going to do? The really easy answer is if you have a cylindrical thing, you just run a slitting saw along it and it is now a screw. So it is very common in like machinist made machinery and things that are made directly by machinists where they're making everything, very common to have slotted. And it really does feel nice to have a really nice slotted screw with the exact right size slotted driver. Feels nice. And if you watch like the My Machinist videos where he restores all that old hardware, it's almost always slotted. And when he's making fasteners, he's almost always making slotted. These other geometries, like Phillips, you can't really make. I think those are typically those are like stamped or forged or something. They're not cut. The geometry is too complicated for that. I mean, you could, I guess, cut across, but that's not a Phillips. It's just a cross. The geometry isn't the same. So But in other contexts and in other places in the world, we would just do with the math I just said. There's other fasteners are popular. So Robertson or square are also very popular. And I think there's actually, I should know this, but I think there's a distinction between Robertson and square. But it's what it sounds like. It's a four-sided thing. And they're very sturdy, and you get really good grip with them. So like, do I have any Robertson in here? No. Like, I know I have some somewhere. There's one. So it really is just a square. This one, it's square with a little taper on it. In this case, I'm not sure that they always have taper. But like a number 2, I think it is, Robertson is really common in Canada, for example. And it's very common, at least in the US, for woodworking with like Craig jig screws. So these are Craig screws, and you see you get a very nice grip there, and it's very easy, non-magnetized, to just have your fastener stay. So my only real experience with square / Robertson, even though I'm pretty sure there's a slight distinction between them, is woodworking with Craig screws. But I think they're very common in Canada. I don't run into them on like equipment personally very much. Also in the like machinist land, if you're not making the fastener but you're just using the fastener, and in like the 3D printer land, so lots of like DIY land, it's very common to, I don't know which little thing I got this out of. I think it's this one. Hex is very common, right? And so you might have your really nice hex drivers in lots of different measurements. And so I think a lot of stuff over here is hex, so 6-sided. A lot of stuff over here is 6-sided. You get good grip with it. Those Vera hex drivers are good. Those are like big machinery often has that. You know, your big Allen keys. There's a lot of those on my bike, for example. So like I run into those in like certain categories of equipment. Small electronics are almost always Phillips. Small fine things, which I don't really work on, but like small fine things, like fine watches would usually be slotted. And then the other big one, well, there's 2 other big ones, I guess. One is called Posi Drive, which is sort of like the, Phillips with 2 extra flutes. There's also like a Japanese version that's JS that I think is slightly different than Phillips. Those standards are a little complicated, like the Cross or Plus. And then there's Torx, which is 6-sided but with wedges, and those are used in like big things where actually torque, you can tell torque matters, like you're driving like an 8-inch deck screw into really hard wood. I don't even know if I have a, sometimes you see those on electronics. Then you have all the weird security stuff, you know, like Pentalobe and stuff for Apple. The screwdrivers I bought are just these are no mechanical, no ratcheting. I've thought about getting a ratcheting PV Swiss driver. I have a number of ratcheting Vera tools already. This is a Stahlwille little ratcheting stubby that's really cute. This is like my general go-to is this Vera, which has the cool little internal dudes. And then for on the go, I can have this cute little Vera that has like extendable dude, an extendable dude, and has the little bit holder on the end. Really, I only got this because I got them for my dad and brother for Father's Day, and I wanted one too. But no ratcheting on the PV Swiss tools. On these particular ones. I was surprised when I went out this afternoon and there was so little snow. So I don't know. It sounded like rainy this morning, but I don't know if it snowed this morning. Okay, first of all, okay, IKEA though they actually, okay, that's a good place. Like IKEA is lots of hex, and so you end up with all these extra. I have a whole little arsenal of them. Maybe I put them in here of like all the little extra Allen keys that you get from furniture, and then of course you have like, the realm of bolts. There's lots of threaded things. For me and what I make, I am really trying to like have a like more constrained language of fasteners and stuff, just so I can have it on hand. So like M3 machine screws, I'm trying to have on hand. I have them in Phillips and in hex of different lengths at this point, but I'm definitely not to the point where I'm like, oh, I only have this one screw and I use it for everything. The freaking Linus Tech Tools screwdriver that costs twice as much as the Mega Pro it's based on, even though it's maybe 5% better. Or this Barrett screwdriver, which is guaranteed for life. I do not believe that Linus Tech Tools screwdriver is guaranteed for life. This is guaranteed for life, and was half the price. Or thereabouts. Maybe not quite half the price, but close to half the price. What is LTT is like 75 plus shipping, right? And this was something like 40. Now, one thing I will say about this is like, I could imagine it being nicer for sure. I could imagine a nicer version of this tool. And that's what I thought the PB Swiss was. It was kind of crazy to watch that Project Tools video where he did the shootout with all the ratcheting drivers, including the LTT driver. And I think he kind of, I don't know, he purchased like a whole set with the PB Swiss Tools Insider, and I think I feel like that made it seem more expensive than it should have been. Anyway, I don't know. I don't really have an interest in that tool. I don't know. I just, if you told me that buying that tool I would never have to see his face or hear his voice ever again, maybe I would buy it. But I think the opposite is true. I don't know why I go out of my way to not, I mean, I never watch his videos because I really don't like his voice. And I go out of my way to like not have it recommended, but I think they pay for so much placement or so many sponsored videos or whatever. Presumably they're paying for promotion because there's just always LTT videos on my YouTube recommendations. Anyway. And I got another tool today also that I thought I had almost convinced myself that this company was a scam company and I was never getting this tool because I ordered this in October and there were just these continually weird excuses that almost seemed legitimate, but then almost seemed like something really weird is happening. Like they had supply chain problems too. Took forever. I was contacting them. Finally, I get them to acknowledge it and they're like, oh, sorry. We're sending it right away. And then I see the UPS tracking is coming, it's on the way. And then I got an error that I've never seen before, which was security incident. Package missing or stolen or something like that. Not that it was like stolen off the porch, but it just didn't make it to my house from the warehouse. And they were like, oh, they were empty boxes and they threw them away. And I was like, oh no, are these people like sending me empty boxes because it's some kind of total scam? And I'm trying to send them emails and all the email addresses are bouncing until I finally find like the right Zendesk email. And they're like, oh yeah, we're sending it. No, it's definitely coming. And then even today I checked it, even though they said a week ago that they sent it. And it said like, oh, UPS, the label had been printed, but they didn't actually ship it. Anyway, finally it shows up today, which I was like, I can't believe this. So I just like right before streaming just opened the box to just be shocked to see that I got it. And again, I got this was just a dumb good deal. It was like a crazy good deal. So I've been interested in an oscillating multi-tool for a while rather than buying, which is like not the best tool for, well, that's not true. It's a mediocre tool for a whole lot of jobs. Like there's a lot of mediocre jobs you can do with an oscillating multi-tool. But there's a couple things that only it can do, that like only this thing can do, like really weird in-place cuts and stuff like that. I'm not quite to the point where it's like, I can't really, I don't want to justify like this tool and this tool and this tool. So I was able to convince myself like, I think this could be useful to me. I'll use it in, it'll be my power sander. It'll be my saw in a pinch or whatever. Cut off saw or whatever. Like all these things that it's not that good for. And then, I've definitely seen people say like, oh, it's a tool that when you need it, you definitely need it. So I was thinking about it, but I couldn't justify the cost. But then there was a crazy deal with this 6 amp hour battery that works on my other M12 tools, where this is normally $100 and this is normally $100, and both of these together was like $100. So it would have been, I wanted another battery anyway, so it just seemed like a no-brainer. I hope it wasn't a brainer. It seems like it was a good idea. I don't have immediate uses for this, which is, the fact that I was able to go that many months without it is kind of like, do I really ever need this? But it was like a little too good to not get. I would rather have a good random orbital sander and like, some kind of like rotating cutoff tool of some kind, whether that's like a little Dremel tool or a big danger disc kind of cutoff tool, and what are all the things you can use this for? You can sand with it and you can cut with it. I guess those are kind of the main things it can do. But it jiggles is what it does real fast. I don't know. That's Life is Yours. He loves that channel. I don't know. I don't want to be like, whatever. Like he's built a very successful platform for sure. That's fine. It just isn't for me. I can, there's definitely channels that are kind of like that, like you're describing, like the like Gamers Nexus. Like if you're into that world, you're into that world. But I feel like for most people, it's just like, okay, is this fan good? Can I watch this video and tell me if this fan is good? This CPU fan. Like there were a few weeks that I was watching a lot of Gamers Nexus, but like then I bought all my PC parts and I don't care anymore. In fact, I kind of don't want to know, because I don't want to know that like a new good thing came out right after I bought all my stuff. So I also kind of get the impression that LTT is not it's purely gamer focused. Anyway, everybody knows you should come to my channel for screwdriver discussions, and I'll sell you a screwdriver. What if I had, I actually did look for this. I was my like signature color that my name is here, that kind of blue green blue. Some might call it a teal. I think it's a little more green than a teal. Anyway, it's probably like a little more green than blue. It depends on which monitor it's on, because the color temperature is a little different on these two monitors. You would call that teal? I might call it teal. There's like a real fine line between like teal and turquoise, and I feel like it's maybe a little more green than teal. Like it's a little, like I think it's, to me it's like just a little tick over from teal, with the slightest amount. I'm looking at the like Dart library teal. I don't know, that's pretty close. It is funny. I really should calibrate these monitors, because teal on one monitor is not the same as teal on the other. Anyway, okay, obviously, yeah, StarCraft is the canonical. It does look like a SCAR. I agree with you. It does look like a StarCraft teal. So, Dracula, I've been on a roller coaster of emotion with your snow buddy. At first I thought it was all over, and then you give me hope. And then... Snow Buddy's in a better place now with Bazako. Did I miss Bazako Day again? Bazako?
Very much alike.
We're building stronger with bones. Okay, anyway, the thing we actually want to do today. I kind of like this wallpaper. Do you really? Okay, I felt that. Remember that time I forgot about it and you were scolded me, and you were rightly so. Let's play with this hat. But first, let's change the wallpaper. Is the wallpaper button broken? Don't like it. I haven't checked Bazako's GitHub commits in a while. That's nice.
I'll tell you the truth.
And that's Elden Ring DLC. Very exciting. I just want to be, I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I am just, I'm just trying to do anything other than play Sudoku right now. Because that's all I want to do. I'm just kind of trying to, like, force myself. My volume is not right. To do anything else. Okay, oh, I told you I would try that Sudoku crossword. Or sorry, Wordle. Okay, yeah, okay, yes. Good old-fashioned round of Sudordle. Let me get some wallpaper. Then we'll play Sudordle. I hit the wrong button. Then we'll check out this hat and see if my continued strategy of spending more and more money on this project is a wise one. I like the tomato in the water. That's nice. I feel like the wallpaper machine has gotten slower. Okay, what are you saying? What was it actually called? Sudoku Wordle or something? Crosswordle? Whoa, that was like precision tomatoes. Is this the one? Is this the right one? I could imagine there being more than one crosswordle. Okay. The objective of this game is to fill in the grid with the correct letters. Okay. I feel like I already don't understand this. Every row is a valid. I mean, Wait, does this mean that this is valid? This is hurting my head a little bit. So you have to have multiple words. I see. So you're trying to work towards a valid Wordle grid, but you have to have words every time. Is that fair? It's almost like you're playing backwards and uncovering what your guesses were previously. Okay. I mean, right? Like this is going to be like you could I don't see how you play this without just guessing though. I already don't like it because it seems like you have to just guess. Like, how could you do this other than through brute force? We need a word here that's going to use, I mean, we know this is an N. So we need a word here. That's probably a vowel. So that's, but it's not the I, because that would have been correct. And so only of these 4 letters, only 2 of them are correct, and they're in the wrong place. So it's hard to believe that this would be ST. So that's probably not right. TS. I kind of want to say this is A and I. No, I don't. I kind of want to say it is like one of these is S and one is T. Yeah, I think, but one of these could be T. But sorry, am I wrong? Of these 4, I don't know which these 2 are, right? I don't know that. Either of these letters could be right. I know the order is certainly different, but like, in other words, these 2 are of the set SATI, but it's not AT. But this could be TA. Right? Or SI, right? And this is none of these letters. So, like, a T here. T here is hard to have without an S, but if there was an S here, this would be good, right? So, like, I mean, it's so weird, this like negative approach. It feels like you want to keep the vowels, but maybe not. Ending with an N means this is probably like, maybe this was an R or another vowel. I don't know. One of the other, the guy, one of the cracking the cryptic guys, Mark, does Wordle every day, and he always does it in less than 1 minute. Okay, sorry, I'm just feel like I'm not even. This is definitely not one of these letters. It's funny, everything I can think of violates this. That's sort of interesting that like you think of things and then you have to think of why it doesn't work. Like, it's not raisin. It's funny because the S's gets a little weird here because lots of cases you want a double S. I mean, you just kind of want to think that this was an R or an E or an N. Sorry, an R and E with the N. Maybe an on. But it's hard for that to be a T. I feel like I'm not good at this. And if you put something in that's wrong, it does show it in the corner, right? Like if I just, knowing that this couldn't be, like knowing that this couldn't be T. If I try to put a T here, it's gonna, okay. I just was verifying that you couldn't, okay. So you really could just brute force it. Which is weird because part of the point of Wordle is you can't brute force it, right? Like part of the point of Wordle is you have a limited number of guesses, but this really is, you could just brute force it the way up. I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting idea. It's just like reverse Wordle, right? But everything is a word, but Wordle requires everything to be a word, right? I do want to try to get one, but I don't want to just brute force it. Like, I want to, I'm kind of thinking like, oh, maybe this is an E, but I don't just want to put an E there right now without. It's funny because as soon as you think of a word and you start to type it in, you might see the error immediately. And you also can't really think like, oh, maybe that's an E. And, because Wordle, you have to submit when you're ready. Like, you can imagine this being risen, right? But if I type an R here, I immediately know that that is not right. Right? Does that mean that was right? Or does that mean this is right? Or does that just mean that I didn't explicitly commit an error? Like if I put a P here, okay, I see. So, okay, that is harder then. I see. Oh, so that's even harder because you could think you're right and then get like to here and then get to here and realize you made an incorrect assumption down here. This might be a bad game. I mean, because that means this has to be IS right here, right? Is there only one solution to this, or as long as you can do it, you can do it? Is it your sense that there's only one? Funny, because this S really wants to be a T. It could be a K, but then it's hard to do that without an R. Like, you definitely imagine this, but what ISK words, what's a two-letter ISK word that's not going to use something here we have? I guess that could be a P. Like, but not crisp. That's hard. This becomes hard. Wait, doesn't... Wait, I'm sorry, you're saying that I can't do this because... Couldn't this just be... Oh, I see. That is funny. Interesting. Oh, that's a pretty weird one. How... Because I can't put an S here. How's this possible? Well, I mean, it's okay, right? It just means that, like, oh, weird. Okay, this pattern is, the overlapping pattern is really, you're right, is kind of crazy. Could I have avoided that with a different pattern? I mean, that's really suspicious. Does that just mean you can't pick these outer letters to be here? I don't know, Drecklin. I don't know how I feel about this puzzle. I mean, I can tell that I'm not just innately good at it. So this is never valid, it would seem, right? But what would be valid here? Oh, but I see. But I could just pick. I see. Would it let you do something like not use a letter? Like if I did an A up here and it was in the wrong place? No. It must be reused. So you don't have the choice to not reuse it. So if I just left, no, but you're not allowed to retry. Well, that's really weird. How could you do this then? Like whatever letter, I'm just having trouble even conceptualizing this. I know Terry Darts could do it in a second. So just say this is an A. I can't do that, but I could do that. And then say this is a L. Oh, sorry. Say that's the S. I can't do SA. Well, A I think was a bad example. But it can't be that. This is really strange. Like I'm actually having a hard time seeing. Oh, okay. Never mind. I think I see the point. It just can't be these two. One of these is an N. So one of these is an N and one of them is an S. And that's not the S. So that's what is forced here. And then this is either an I or an S, but it's not the I, but I don't know. I kind of want to take the T along with me. I mean, there's definitely something to it. Okay. Goodbye, Dark. Man, now you got me stuck on this, and I'm going to do this. We're supposed to be working on Figaro. Anyway, but you can see that in this case, the N is required to be here. So you can see that even before. You can see that pretty early, actually. That this, because of this weird pattern, the N is just required to be here. So it's just kind of a question of where you like the N. You like drink here. Then that puts the I here. Could still do that. Could still do that. Can't do think, can't. I'm trying to think, like if I liked this being risen, what could we do here? Like clink? I think it would take clink. Did. And then I could have this as an N. I mean, I think there's optionality here. What I did figure out is because of this, because of the weird pattern forced by the IS, you know you have to reuse an N. And I'm just trying to think of words that I like that don't use these vowels I've already used. I kind of want oomph, but I can't use the T. I have the O available. I have a U available. In GY, like mangy. If I use the A already, like I'm not looking over there. I want to figure it out. I mean, this could be the I. This could also be the I. If I preferred that. No, I couldn't. It couldn't. This in this scenario, this has to be the N. I already used the L. NB. Like, do you think it would let me do Monday? How does it? What are you talking about? Oh, because it's Monday. That's not how you spell Monday. What about Bondo? I guess this is just embarrassing at this point. Gunny, like a gunny sack. It's not gonna like it. I can't have two N's. I mean, in this case, I guess I could have done the IN differently and had the N up here, or sorry, the I up here. But now I'm committed to this. Do you want a Fanta? Funds. Fundy. Why can't I think of a word? Oops. It's not gonna like Fundy. Oh, I took it. How about that? Oh, Bungie would have been good. Bungie would have been good. You got it. Okay, well, Jacqueline, we did it. I don't like it. I mean, it's okay. It's definitely... I kind of don't like that it is a, like... I like a puzzle that works towards specificity. Like, I'm working towards a solution. This is more like I'm starting with a solution, I'm moving back in fuzziness, and somehow I find it harder to think even when there's more options, which is weird because you would think that it would be easier to think as there's more options, but there are fewer constraints. I guess I like to work towards constraints, and working away from constraints I found hard for my brain for some reason. God, I would love to do Sudoku right now. I would love to. I'm gonna oh my God, I would love to. But let's just look at this for a minute and just so I can go to bed tonight pretending that I did something other than play Sudoku today. I did do some things, but again, everything I did today was just an exercise in not playing Sudoku. In addition to playing Sudoku, which I did. Where's the okay. Man, some of those. Have you tried any of those variant Sudokus from the Sudoku channel? Like that carpet one was so good. Okay, let's try this, and then I'll reward myself and others with Sudoku. I should say variant Sudoku. To be clear, Sudoku is boring, and is for boring people to play on the airplane because they didn't bring their phone or something. Okay. So I don't really know what to expect here. In fact, I really don't, because I can't even remember if we set up the pardon me, the hi, my cool shirt. My friend Jade's got this for me. It's a cool writer. It's a cool writer. Grease 2 is not a good movie. It's just super not a good movie. But that song, banger. Okay, so I don't remember if we were in overlay mode. I just don't remember. Also, before plugging this in, I should have plugged in the stupid hat. So, speaking of the stupid hat, this is just, it's kind of cool actually. From what I understand, this little chip on here, I think it's the same chip twice, I think, for stereo. This is not going to focus ever, is it? Hello? 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 Look at my beautiful French manicure. Anyway, why? How come this manages to always incorrectly focus? Oh, did it focus? Unbelievable. It was in focus and then now it's decided to not focus. I didn't even touch anything. Really love it. Okay, great. Nailed it. Okay, we got this little speaker hat. I think these two little chips, I think, are both a DAC that will take some digital signal. In this case, is I2S, which is not I2C, I2S, which I think is more specifically for audio, and an amplifier, because those are the two things we want to do. We want to take digital audio and turn it to analog audio, especially since the hardware, the Raspberry Pi analog audio hardware is bad. And then we want to make it louder. I don't know how well this is going to go. I'm not sure about rolling over something multiple times. So the only thing I'm a little worried about, as I just don't remember, is if I'm in overlay FS mode, and it's real annoying. We're trying to make configuration changes, and I don't remember how to tell. I think we are in. I'm going to do sudo raspi config, and I'm going to go to performance options. I'm going to turn off the overlay file system. Overlay file system just means the file system is in read-only, and it's just lying to you if you try to write to it. But it's real easy to forget that. And why didn't that restart? Okay, let's reboot it. So you should be careful, because otherwise you will make a bunch of changes thinking you're making changes, but none of them are actually being written. And I'm going to do this in 2 steps because you have to kind of write the write protect the boot partition independently of the boot partition. That's the right way to put it. Sorry, I just realized my mic is way over there. Hi, it's me. Okay. Then let's do sudo recipe config, and let's do performance options, overlay file system. We do not want it enabled. We do not want the boot partition to be write protected, because I think we need to make some changes to the boot partition. I can't really remember. And we don't want to reboot. We're going to do sudo shutdown -h now, because we want to halt this thing. Now we even need to find documentation, Adafruit, audio. I think they call their hats bonnets. Very cute. Why are there 2 of them? Why does this one cost more? Did I make a poor choice? I had a lot of stuff on Adafruit. Okay, the Raspberry Pi setup. So a couple things. We've shut this device down. We're gonna stick this hat on. Maybe. Really hope this is. Gosh. I really hope this is. Weird. I don't know. Anyway, I think it goes like this. Look how cute it is. It's like look at all your different colored hats. Okay. That was cool. Right? Do you think I'm going to be able to reasonably, like, I don't have the right kind of probes for that, which is sort of annoying. I did at one point on my desk. It's funny. I think I just threw it away because I was like, well, I'm not going to need that. I think I had crimped a JST. Don't teach me to ever throw anything away. Like a 410 JST connector where I was just testing. Maybe it was only 2 pins. I think my JST connectors might need the wrong size. I guess that's not mine. Connectors are another thing that's a real can of worms. I think we have enough pin there to be able to use female to male headers. Like, I think there's enough very tight. Probably bending the pins because they're probably not on. I think that actually is true. That they're not on exactly the same spacing. It'd be nice to have 4. But I don't. Let's see one anyway. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all these. Feels like a no. So the other option is to try to just like hold these in these, which, okay, I'll try it. I mean, if we like it, we'll know pretty quickly, I hope. So we will want some of the little gator clippy buddies. That's fair to say. So we have a bunch of dumb software set up to do. Hopefully it's not a ton. We have some software set up to do, at least. We will need these speakers that we still might hate. Maybe they're still bad. But the main thing about them is that they exist and I have them. Which is it's a perk. It's a plus. Like I'm already gonna break those headers off. Okay. Is the pipe booting? Have I broken it? Okay, it appears to be booting. Okay, so they do have this like setup script. Or just they have a setup script. It's not like a setup script. It is one. Luckily, it is quite easy to install support. Run the following from your Raspberry Pi with internet connectivity. So it's like an installer. Okay, let's try it. Excuse me. That seems weird that is not a there's no sudo there. Please be careful running scripts commands copying the internet. Yeah. Okay. So we did have to edit boot config, so it is good that I disabling default sound driver, configuring sound output, installing A play systemd unit. You should have already had A play. And optionally activate dev0 playback. I don't know. I don't think so because we're gonna have fluid synth running. I'm gonna say no. It basically wants to know if you should always be playing silence so that the audio hardware is always ready to go. Which you can understand, because sometimes, like, if you just start playing audio out of nowhere, it will kind of pop. But I don't know. Okay, we're gonna try to do this in a way that is not a real problem. This already feels like a poor choice. Feels like already. Okay. And once we're back in, I don't know if this is really going to work just holding this like this, but let's run the script again. Do I just test my system now? Yeah, so you ready? It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I'll take it. Let's plug in the, I mean, so far, initial impressions, positive. Is that the keyboard? Yeah. Okay, let me just think with some thoughts for a second. our speaker test? So the gain here.
Front, right. Front, right. Front, right.
There's not like a volume knob, but there is a there are some pins you can use to mess with the gain. It's a little annoying. It'd be kind of nice if there was a volume knob, but. Very dark playing Nerdle. Okay, so now what? I'm gonna restart this machine so we have MIDI, and then we'll think about some things. So the gain. So we'll need to check the Alsa mixer. The I2S tweaks, reduce popping. I didn't really notice any popping. Add software volume control. That seems annoying. So I'm curious about the gain. Do I have thing? Let me do the stupid Elsa mixer. Turned up a lot. Weird. How are we gonna do this in a way too super annoying? We may have limited options here. I didn't immediately. Yeesh, that would be bad if I just shorted something. Okay. Why did I seem to not have seem to not have MIDI? Why? That was definitely working. Is it something about our fluid synth command, or I'm not gonna find that. Fluid synth appears to be running. I'm a little worried about like the calling of the like our fluid synth command line, if it's messed up with this this particular hardware or something. D message. Retrograph for fluid. Just worried that fluid synth didn't begin correctly, so I need to like system D. Maybe I wanted to stop fluid synth for a minute so I could try it from the command line. If I wanted to stop the fluid synth service, could I do that? Seems like I stopped it. I want to like run it in its interactive mode, because any number of things could be broken, honestly, at this point. Period size of 64, got a bajillion instead. Okay. I don't know. Note on channel. Help event. Note on channel is 1, P is 60, velocity is 127. I don't know if that's actually right though, or if it's supposed to be, you know, do you start counting at 0 or do you start counting at 1? Okay. So that seems like it worked. Very quiet. So let me try it with that G2 gain. So that's a note on channel 1, note 60, velocity 127. Oh, a little buzzy. Oopsie. Doesn't sound great. I mean, I've heard worse. Doesn't sound good though. Are we still how do I can't? Why Homebridge is not happy? I put this in my coffee cup. That's going to help with amplification, right? I think that's how electricity works. Is you put it in a slightly soggy coffee cup, and then I'm going to hold all this together. Begging for trouble. If I have an idea, I'm going to execute on this idea. Okay. That's definitely magnetic. Poor choices. Okay, that was inevitable. It was inevitable that I would drop this into the coffee cup. That was just, I didn't, it really could not have gone a different way. But coffee was basically gone, so I think it's okay. This really seems like it's not the worst idea. I just can't quite get it. Okay. It's a little buzzy, and it's definitely buzzier than the voice was, so I don't know if it's something about the sample rate or any, you know, I've got other settings here. I don't know what they do, honestly. Whoopsie. Okay, it's definitely hard to just hold this stuff. Ooh. I'm just going to try to alligator clip it such that it doesn't. Such that it doesn't like touch the speaker enclosure. But I don't know if that's any better or worse. Realize the camera's not where you can see anything. You can see my coffee cup. Okie dokie. Just try the other channel just for no reason. With your situation. Why would that channel not work? Have I broken something? Oh. That's why that channel doesn't work. The keyboard's not working. Played that audio backwards. Meaning I had the positive and negative reversed. Okay, so why is Homebridge not working? My assumption is that it is a an issue with no plugin was found for the platform Melody platform. Make sure the corresponding plugin is installed correctly. Did I break my plugin? How did I break the plugin? That's been working this whole time, unless I did something wrong by like changing the name, and that was a bad. Because I think it was called something else before. Like, I can't remember if it matters what the name of the myself any favors here. I thought I had made some. Did we make some meaningful edits and it was okay? Now I really can't. Why would you say you're under voltage? I don't understand that. I have plenty of volts. Yeah, volts for days. I should have done that. Just want to hear the speaker test run. No plugin was found for the platform. Melody platform. So what did I do to break my... It says no plugins found. How did I break that? How is it even possible that I broke that? Like, I remember we had to do something to, like, do a local install of the... Maybe that's when we broke it, like with some apt upgrade or update or something. I feel like I would have noticed that. I guess we really were just focused on audio and not on MIDI last time. Run npm link in here. Did I screw up by changing the name? That's what it sort of feels like. That maybe, like, my name doesn't match the package JSON file or something. I guess let's check GitHub and see. So slow. Like, what did I actually change recently? We added MIDI out. We added melody platform config. I thought all that stuff was working. What do we do? Add MIDI out. I feel like that worked. I feel like I've broken plugin melody platform config. Have any local changes? Seem to. What do we actually change? Melody platform config. Now look at the config. I mean, right now I just don't see the plugin. That's really crazy because we had like overlay FS on. Like, how did we? Trying like npm link and npm unlink and npm unlink. Like, I'm a little worried that I have broken something. It seemed like it was working though, right? We had MIDI out was working. Why would that be true? Oh, weird. Class melody platform. Like, what do you say the plugin name? API register platform, melody platform, melody platform. Is that like, do I need to also, I mean, what's weird is I don't even see the plugin, right? So it seems like there's something even more. Melody config. Doesn't seem like the latest version. Try a few things. Let's start breaking stuff inside. I know you can't see my screen, but rest assured, I'm not doing anything interesting. Like, where do you say? I feel like I didn't actually build anything. What do I know? Why would this have broken? It's a weird thing to have broken. Only thing I can think of is like in our quest to try to make audio work and upgrading things. We caused a disaster. All I'm doing is just trying to poke Homebridge into seeing melody platform. Just have like an ancient version or something. Is that the way to do this now? Interesting. One of the problems with Raspbian and really just Debian in general is just everything's perpetually out of date. Okay. How do you say that? No plugins found for Melody platform. How dare you say that to me? I don't know if it's just like baffled because I've renamed that config or something. I really thought we had this working though, which is so weird. Okay, invalid MIDI port number. So, is this because I killed Figaro, I think? Okay. Sudo shutdown -r. I mean, killed fluid synth. That kind of sort of makes sense, right? We just gotta let's get to where we can make some sounds, and then let's play sudoku. Is that okay? Can I have an ice cream cone? I need a plant one. But not okay. Now we have to wait 45 minutes for this to boot. Okay, but I'm feeling some mild degree of confidence. None of this is good. Now, but now what's the problem, right? Are the speakers just bad? Probably. They're probably bad. Where do I find good speakers at this hour? I'm looking all over my desk. I'm not seeing any more speakers. So forget about that. Put your foolish speaker ambitions to rest. Hear it. I mean, we'll certainly look at the possibility of gain. What did I do? Okay, my speakers are backwards. Do I care? No. You see any of this? Sorry, no, of course not. I mean, it's not the most exciting thing. Okay. Let me get the DJ mode, like off one ear with the cool glitch effect. Sounds like trash. Sounds bad. Why does it sound so bad? Use ALSA Mixer to reduce the volume to 50% or so. Okay, but I want volume. You know, like, so if I reduce that to 50%, like, great, but well, I mean, still sounds bad. Let's try this speaker test. MPG 123. I haven't thought about that in a long time. Why is this just a perpetual disappointment? Remember how just good and easy this, whatever they were, like $15 USB speakers sound great. Uh-oh. sounds like trash, man. What a bummer. Not a good song. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound good, but that doesn't sound terrible. Like, this sounds terrible. Why does it sound so bad? I want to reduce popping. I want to make it not sound like trash. Is that possible? Like, why? What is it about my fluid synth settings? I don't even know where that is. Somewhere there are some settings for fluid synth. We'll never find it. Excuse me. Like, we have a bunch of numbers. Period size or try this, I guess. Kill all. -9. Fluid synth. Yes. AUX. Type to rec or fluid. Okay, so we have a fluid synth command somewhere, right? We just need to know the sound font path, really. See, this is what there's only with 3 people watching right now. If I was streaming Sudoku, I'm just saying, it would be 0. I don't know. Okay. I'm So, I mean, as far as what I'm doing over here, I'm just trying a whole lot of different keyboard parameters. I don't think that MIDI channel is what we want. And I don't think we want to do this like specific device. We're messing with the period size. I don't know. Note on 0. Is that 1? 60, 128. 127. I don't like it. That's not what I meant to do. I'm gonna do G3. So could we try like really high gain, but really low volume, like G3 here, but then set that, I don't know, this doesn't seem wise, but like 50% on the mixer, like there's something to that. Note on 0, 60. I would not say that sounds better. Why do I keep trying? I really thought this time we'd like maybe it would be good. So, but I still am. It still feels like the speaker test is not bad. But maybe, you know, we're just very, my brain is very forgiving of, speaker test lady. I'm done with this crap. It's 6 p.m. I want to play Sudoku. Okay, let's set this to 90%. Are the speakers just terrible? I mean, that seems like an extremely possible thing. And they sound really different. Just between the two of them. But how can I know? Without other speakers in my life. What can I take apart that has a speaker in it? Like, this one sounds extra bad. Is that really true? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. might have just killed the Raspberry Pi. Like, truly murdered it. Wow. That would be sad. I might have just, like, really killed it. I can't tell if that was a pop or just, like, the, you know, like the plastic rattling or something rattling. Okay, just having these wires hanging is really not my best plan. Okay, plugging it in. Let's see. There's a very bright red light on it right now. It seems like it's booting. I should push my git changes. Okay, maybe I've broken this. I don't know. Like, what can I do? Do I have a high quality speaker? The problem is anything in this house I feel like that has a speaker in it that is of some, like, oh hi, some reasonable level of quality is like, probably want that speaker to exist. Well, I had higher hopes than this. Why didn't that work? It's not even just like, even not only does it sound bad, it just doesn't work anymore. We're matching Hello Darkness. Is Siri just not? Oh boy. Just check home. This is frustrating. I feel like we were on the path to things working, but did something happen where like initializing these accessories, just worried that something happened with them, because I don't seem to see these anymore. Like, two accessories, no response. Well, that's not But where's the... home settings, hubs and bridges. We have office, homespan, bridge. Don't know what those two accessories are. Also, the home bridge that is just like all the lights. The homespan bridge. Oh, that was when we, well, yeah, that can go away. That's when we were trying homespan. Gosh, can I get rid of that? The homespan bridge. Can I get rid of that? Maybe we'll revisit. And then the MIDI pie. This sucks because what it looks like has happened is that I'm going to try to just add it again. Add accessory. It says initializing platform accessory up here. This in the office. It's the MIDI time. This programmable switch is connected to MIDI time. Figaro. This is the way this is working is really fun. Good morning. God, this sucks. Like the way... really is like a pretty clumsy setup. Alright, Jacqueline, we're on the puzzle of why is all technology so bad? And why do I keep thinking that I can make this audio not sound bad? That's the real mystery. That's the real puzzler here, is why... Okay, so hello darkness, we want to say goodnight. Great. I don't know why it lost all these settings. Good morning. We want to say, let's just say that runs stream. Single press, that will run stream. Okay. So now, maybe this will work. It's detecting it, but it's like, it's not... Can I test? When Hello Darkness is triggered, it should run the good night. Oops. Oopsie. We're definitely matching the sequence. It's just like, if I call, is there a test button or something? Test this action. That's what the action does, and that's what it should do. When Hello Darkness is triggered. The thing is that happening, or did like, I'm worried that, okay, and then we have, we detected good morning, but it's not firing it, but I don't know where the breakdown is. Like, is it, did something change with Homebridge and my code is now wrong? Or, because, oops, Match found. We are match founding. And then what do? We are triggering the accessory. So like,
The goal of practice is always to keep our beginner's mind. For a while, you will keep your beginner's mind. But if you continue to practice 1, 2, 3
like,
years or
what
more,
is the,
although you may improve some, you're liable to lose
which
the limitless
accessory am I
information
using?
mind.
Like,
In the
this,
beginner's
like the
mind, there is no thought, I have attained
stateless
something.
programmable switch.
All self-centered thoughts limit our vast mind. When we have no thought of achievement, no thought of self, we are true beginners.
Oh boy. The Nerdle game? No, I didn't. Should I try it? Is it good? Okay, let me try to figure out at least why this isn't working anymore, because that's really disappointing. And then... why is it... where's the documentation for this? Like, the stateless programmable switch. Stateless programmable switch. Get, but how do I... what? The get characteristic. This is for the accessory. Set characteristic. So when triggered, it should trigger, right? Didn't you expect that? That's characteristic. This is hard to do in Vim, but I don't feel like... okay, npm install. No. Vim run build. Oh boy. Wait, did I type something wrong? Oh no. And now, of course, the bitrate tanks. Of course it does. Of course it does. Well, because it's, you know, it's now it's 0. Because it's 6:22 in the evening, and that's when the, you know, you can't expect the internet to work. Old school bit rage. Ahead. Well, I call you by your full name, Terrier Jonathan Darts. That's how you know you're in trouble. Terrier Jonathan Darts. I don't know what's at the stream. There's an upload. There's like a backup. There's a backup that runs at 6 p.m. That wouldn't really explain why things are going nuts now. What would Terrier Jonathan Darts do? What about Draclin James Alexander? Draclin James Alexander. So you're probably not even hearing these fun jokes because of everything being broken. I think it's more like Draclin Alexander. What? Hurst? Nah. Draclin Alexander. I'm having a hard time making up a fake last name for you. Draclin Alexander sounds good. Like, I like that. This is a powerful name. I like Terrier Jonathan Darts. It's not even funny. Is it a little funny when it's? Okay, let me maybe if it is the backup, I'll just skip the backup. Let me try. Then it'll take 45 minutes to skip the backup. I have no idea what would be backing up because I haven't done any work today. I don't remember how to do this. The song is stressful. We're backing up. Maybe, are we on the way back now? Are we streaming? Wait, is that true? That is so sad. Okay, first of all, can you hear me? Throw a tomato if you can hear me. But you had a so you're like a split pair. You mean somewhere out in the world is another Draclin? I mean, this can't even upload, so... Can I, like... I don't know what to do. I'm trying to tell right now, like, what is the current bit rate? Who can say? Oh, am I showing? I'm probably showing something I shouldn't show. Am I? I don't think so. Seems okay. Oh, this stream is probably hours behind at this point. I think we're streaming. I'm gonna refresh this and then we'll talk about how sad I am about Draclin's Gemini twin. Wait a minute. Wait, Draclin, you're just throwing darts at the wall. Oh my god, I thought we were good. I thought it was almost done and then now it's died again. And I'm nervous about just killing that backup. Okay, I think this backup should be done soon. The thing is, I feel this backup runs every day. And I've been streaming at this time. Maybe I should change my backup schedule. I'm just nervous. You know? Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how far behind I am. I did refresh. What if you're aiming for the wall? I don't know if you can hear me or if it looks like I'm streaming. Can anyone tell me? I mean, Dracula and Terrier Darts are just hanging out, having a great time. I've played darts in, where have I played darts? There it goes again. There goes the bitrate again. What's it called? Like a Dragon. I think I played darts in that, and I was very good. Deadly Premonition had a darts game, weirdly. Okay, does this work? We're saying we're doing the trigger, so why isn't it working? Why? Alert! Okay, wait, that was fast. I mean, it wasn't fast. It feels like hours ago. Okay, you know, I don't expect every day on a project to go smoothly, but I would like to feel like I'm trending towards nice. Good. 10 seconds. Awesome. I'm going to touch my nose now. And I'm watching the video. I don't know how big my delay is. My bitrate seems to have stabilized. Nose touch. Okay. Okay. I see. A little Marco Polo. What have I done? Is this not the appropriate way to do this? Has something changed and this is no longer the appropriate way to do this? Was it ever the appropriate way? Like this set characteristic? I thought you were going to say that you fought them all. You Terrier Darts. I thought you were going to say you like fought everybody with darts. So you're like you've got like you're fighting close quarters combat, but as like other people are running in, you're like throwing darts at them. We are triggering the success. This is a bummer. This really is. This is just a bummer. Like, I don't care about the get event. I want to set the characteristic. I think. This documentation leaves something to be desired, and the something that I desire is for it to be good. Yeah, like Terrier's got this, or not even a quiver. He's got like inside both of his sleeves or something where he can like every time he flicks his wrist out like this, a dart comes out and then he can take it with his, that's what it is. It's like there's a thing here that when he tilts his wrist like this, a dart is like put right here into his hand. It like the dart flips out and lands here, and then he can close his hand around it and throw it. So he's just like constantly like reloading darts. He's like doing the thing where he goes like this and he like fans out and he has like 10 darts and he throws them all simultaneously. I don't know why I'm so tickled by the idea of Terrier Darts as like some sort of, remember the movie Equilibrium and how ridiculous the gun kata was, but it was also kind of cool. Like the premise was absurd, but it was still a cool movie. But imagine Equilibrium, but it's Terrier Darts, Terrier Jonathan Darts with darts. Like if I just search for gun kata, I bet there's gonna I bet there's gonna be a Linus Tech Tips video here. Oh no. I just opened that tab. Why would that be broken? Is this the cool thing where sometimes Chrome just stops responding to, you know, me asking to look up something on the internet? That's usually not a good sign. It means like Chrome is about to collapse under its own weight. Oh boy. Okay, so a few things. Have I just broken this plugin, which would suck, frankly, because it was working. The lights are still on, you may have noticed. All I want to do is look at a gun kata video. The real thing that I'm taking away from all of this is that I should just be playing Sudoku. Like everything else is going poorly. It sounds bad. It says 3 watts at 4 to 8 ohms. These are 3 watt, 4 ohm speakers. Whatever. Gun kata. I just want to see a cool gun kata scene. So just watch this and just imagine. Don't watch this. Don't watch that. Imagine this is Terrier darts. With darts. Like he's at the pub. This is okay. We're gonna watch this in 480p. Terrier darts is at the pub. Everybody's saying like, "This board is wonky. I don't know." And then Terrier darts walks in the door. $40's plenty. He surfs in on the door. Pitch blackness. Wait, why is it still black? I think... Did the video stall? Why is it still black? I think we're supposed to be hearing something right now. But I have the video muted. Okay, I gotta say, this is not... Oh, wait, okay. Wait, Is it just showing the same guys get shot over and over again? I don't even know what I'm looking at now. What is this some weird edit? Whoa, did you see that? He knocked their own hand. Oh, oldest trick in the book. That's Terrier darts with darts. Somebody tries to throw a dart at him, but he flips it around. Darts up the sleeve. Okay, the stream's broken again, isn't it? Why? Why can't we stream? What is he doing? Why is he hitting them? I wish I had dial-up. I miss dial-up. I miss the sounds of it. I miss the singing of it. That was just like, oh man, the internet's about to happen. Or even before that, like bulletin board system's about to happen. This is even more ridiculous than I remember it, by the way. But this is, I mean, we're well beyond the joke. Kage, how's it going? Everything's falling apart today. Nothing's working well. So we're just watching Equilibrium and imagining that it's Cherry Darts playing darts. That's all. That's all we're doing. The stream's breaking. The audio quality on this audio breakout sounds bad. Like, now the stream's breaking again. Let's go double check. Is there something obvious happening? On the NAS. It feels like a sinking boat. I know. I think it's. Sorry about all the buffering. I think there's a backup running that it's inexplicably running, sort of. Let's see. It's hard to say if it's internet or if it's my connection, which it may, maybe my connection sucks. It is Comcast, so who can say? There's a backup process that runs at 6 p.m. that should be finishing right now. So maybe that was it. There should not have been that much data. I guess I should go in and triple check that. I mean, I could do some QoS thing or something, I guess. Okay, I'm going to take 5, stop the stream, and come back for Sudoku. Just in case for the people in chat who can't see what's going on. So let's stop this with Cherry Darts. I'm disappointed with these. So what's so hard to say right now is is it the speakers? How can I know? I've never heard these speakers sound good. Have I? Actually, they sounded okay plugged into when I did the separate audio source on that other little amplifier. So I don't know, but I'm what I do know is I'm done with them. Oh shoot, I should not have just unplugged that like that because we don't have overlay FS on. Listen, I can see the bitrate is failing again. I'm taking a break. I'm gonna stop this stream, take a short break. I'm gonna make some tea. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna play Sudoku. Okay? Agreed? Agreed? If I don't see you later, Draclin, I've missed you. Thanks for coming by. Kages, sorry that this is falling apart right as you showed up, but hopefully we'll see each other with Sudoku. And Terrier Darts, what can I say? TD, bye. Oh, it's the wrong button.